off the G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back. eSIM Studios podcast. Live stream episode number 182. I want to welcome all of you on this Monday afternoon, August 19th, 2024. We have some interesting details, some interesting revelations before us, before our very eyes, in regards to the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL, I guess. And don't let something fool you. So there's a YouTube video out benchmarking the Pixel 9 Pro versus the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus the S24 Ultra. However, it'll trick you if you're not using your brain. So we're going to break this down, and I'm going to let you know why it ended up in a disaster. As you can tell, YouTube over 100k subscribers. Our podcast is up to, the audio form is up to number 10 on the top 60 tech podcasts in the world. I know it's hard to believe, but it is. I did not believe it. I double checked it, and it's real. And if you want to double check, if you want to verify my claims of being the 10th best tech podcast in the world, be my guest. Go to FeedSpot or Google eSIM Studios podcast FeedSpot, and you'll see for yourself. So if you want to listen to the audio form, so wherever you get your podcast, whatever platform, Apple Podcasts, the Pocket Casts application, phone's going crazy. Wherever you get your podcast, simply search eSIM Studios. We will pop up, or do what I do. Just Google eSIM Studios podcast, and all the platforms will come up where you can listen to it. When we just got on Samsung Podcasts, we're actually on the homepage for the in the technology section. If you have Samsung News, slide over to the podcast section and go to technology, and you shall see us. And if you missed this, simply go to I'm streaming on a ton of platforms. So if you want to catch the replay, go to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, would like to update so with Pixel stuff. So I'm going to get the Pixel 9 Pro XL so we can do lots of testing. So I got a Pixel 9 Pro on the way. However, for some reason, I just realized. Now it's pink. Yes. I got it for my daughter. So I was going to get her the Pixel 9 Pro, the pink one. But I was going to test it, right? But she don't want me touching her phone. So I thought, well, shit, testing it's going to be kind of hard. So I was like, damn it. I guess I'm going to have to get one for myself. So, we're going to get the black Pixel 9 Pro XL. Should be on Thursday. The XLs and the base Pixel 9s drop Thursday, the 22nd. Now, the Pixel 9 Pro and Pixel 9 Pro Fold are not shipping until a whole nother month. So that's the other issue, is not only she's not going to want me touching her phone, but we're not getting it for a whole nother month. So I'm going to miss out on all these tests, all this testing, all these videos, while everybody else on YouTube is going to be uploading videos and testing with the Pixel 9 series. So I'm going to go ahead and get a Pixel 9 Pro. It is what it is, right? So here's the catch. Well, I came across a fantastic deal, and I added it to our website. So if you want to check the deal out, I have it on our website. Let's go check it out. You get $200 back. $200 back. Let's check it out. Let me go to StreamYard here. Hang on one second. Let me open up the website here, and we'll get rolling. Yeah, it's a really good deal. $200 back. You can get cases. You can do whatever you want with the money, right? It's your money. It's $200. So it's a pretty freaking good deal. Let me remove this. Let me move this over here. And let me open up another browser. Do I have another browser open? Oh, I already do. Oh yeah. Durr. Sorry about that. I just did an unboxing and my recorded something in my brain's scatterbrain. Okay. So let's open this up. Let's go to esimstudios.app.app. Enter. That will open up. And where's StreamYard? Here we go. Okay. What is going on, gentlemen? How's it going? So let's see here. Share screen. Now, will this let me... Damn, I just realized something. Hang on here. Wow, I'm all over the place. Give me just a second. I apologize. All right. I had the wrong tab open. eSIMstudios.app. Boom. Let me share the screen. All right. Yes, I would like to install. You can install this on your. You can install eSIM Studios. Hey, I just shipped your CMF Watch Pro 2, so you should be getting it here pretty soon. Let's make this quick. So that Amazon deal I was talking about. Check this out. Oh boy! Now you can get $200 back. $200 back whether you buy the Pixel 9 Pro or Pixel 9 Pro XL. $200 Amazon gift card. I have the link right here. Goes to Amazon. What do you know? Limited time deal. Don't miss out on this deal. You're not going to want to miss it. I can promise you that. Okay. Let me move. Yeah, I got widescreen, so I'm moving my tabs all over the place. Apologize about that. All right, let's get to it. There we go. All right, so okay. Yeah, Best Buy has some really good deals too with trade-ins. I didn't have anything at the moment. I was going to trade in. I got a ton of devices, but I need them for testing. So I didn't trade anything in. But yeah, Best Buy has phenomenal deals. Google, depending on if you're trading in the last generation Pixel, have good trade-in deals. Yeah. Now, so the link is here. If you want it, $200 back. Cases, chargers. Oh, speaking of chargers, if you go to, I added a bunch of really, really good deals I found today. Check this out real quick, then we'll get to it. So here's the $200 back on your Amazon. Amazon's got a Spigen 35 watt PD 3.0 charger for like was it 11 or 12 bucks. A dual PD 3.0 charger. It'll fast charge anything. This will even charge I don't know if it'll charge a laptop, but a Chromebook, a tablet, any phone. Really good deal right here. And then also a brand new iPad, $199. Yes, $199. If you need an iPad, kids are going back to school. You may be going back to school. $199. This is a brand. This is not refurbished. This is not used. Brand new iPad, $199. I got it here in our deals section. Now let's get to the news, or let's get to this video. So this is a video. Now I hope they don't copyright strike me. I don't know if they will, but shit. We could play a little bit of it. So what they do, let me tell you, because I'm gonna probably have to skip through some of it so I don't get a copyright strike. So what they do now. Don't let this trick you, because there is a little twist to this video. So they test, this gentleman tests a Pixel 9 Pro XL on the left, iPhone 15 Pro Max. Yeah, I think everybody saw this earlier. Daniel messaged me earlier and was like, "Yo, have you seen this video?" And I was literally watching it when he messaged me, and I screenshotted, and I was like, "Yo, I'm watching it right now." But here's the thing. Here's something he does not tell you. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL on the left, iPhone 15 Pro Max in the middle, S24 Ultra on the right. Now, he basically does a heat test, stress test, endurance test, what have you. So I think he plays game. Is it a game or a video? To see how long the device can go, if it overheats, if the CPUs essentially tone it down to compensate for the increased heat. So throughout this test, the S24 Ultra actually shuts down, doesn't complete the test because it gets too hot. Now, side note, he's in Dubai. Dubai has the Samsung Exynos 2400 CPU. So this S24 Ultra he's testing is not this S24 Ultra you see right here. This S24 Ultra I have, all the S24s and S24 Pluses and S24 Ultras in the United States uses the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. If he used the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 S24 Ultra, it would have beaten the Pixel and would have stayed cooler. And I don't know if it would have beaten the iPhone, but you get the idea. The Exynos, that he doesn't tell you that. And that's a little side note that I think everybody's forgetting. I actually commented in that video that fact, right? That he's using the Exynos version. So take that with a grain of salt. You would definitely see better performance, cooler temperatures if he was using the Snapdragon variant. Now that we got that out of the way, the Pixel gets really hot. What was it? 119.48 Celsius was the temperature that the Pixel got, right? So check this out. 119 degrees Celsius. Wait. I got that backwards. It got up to 119 degrees. 119 Celsius would basically melt the phone. I had it backwards. It was 48 degrees Celsius, which, if you translate it to Fahrenheit, is 119 degrees Fahrenheit. That's freaking hot. Hot to the touch. Now, it got hotter. I think the iPhone, let me see here. Does he have... we can watch a little bit of it to see how hot these are. You've been to Dubai? Wow. Yeah, I've heard it's nice out there. Let me turn this off. Maybe we'll scroll through a little bit and see how much the temperature was. Because I know the Pixel 9 Pro XL got 48 degrees Celsius, which equals 119 degrees Fahrenheit, which was the hottest out of the three. Let's see here. Let me pause this and let's play this real quick.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Here we go again, another heavy work. Spoiler alert. All phones are running the latest state resolution, which is lower than the other
I'm kind of skipping through this so I don't get a copyright strike.
meter. So let's begin. All phones started at 80% battery except for the S24 Ultra, which started at 79 as it lost 1% while preparing the camera.
So they start out at about 30 degrees Celsius.
The initial temperature and all of this will be running in the background. Let me show you that the game is set to 60 frames per second on all phones for the sake of fairness, and now let's count 30 minutes. The first thing worth mentioning is the 9 Pro XL graphics is on par with the other two phones, unlike the 8 Pro of last year, which had noticeably worse graphics than the competition in the same test back in Jan 2024. The video link is in the description if you want to check it, and my initial impression is Tensor G4 is certainly more powerful, but let's wait and see what's gonna happen.
Okay, so essentially doing a stress test with graphic intensive game. I've got the calculation. So the Pixel ends up at 48.6 degrees Celsius, which equals 119.48 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot to the touch. And real quick, before I start it again, last year I did a heat test with my, let me close my door. Last year I did a heat test with my Pixel 7 Pro. Yes, I know it's a 7 Pro, but just for example, and it's up on my channel, my Pixel 7 Pro shut down and was blazing hot, and that was at 111, 112 degrees Fahrenheit. I know this new one has the new Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro Fold have vapor chambers. The small Pixel 9, the base Pixel 9 does not, which is probably why you've seen some varying test results when it comes to benchmark testing in heat, right? And when I did my Pixel 7 Pro, it did shut down at like 112 degrees Fahrenheit. Like not just the camera app, but the whole phone shut down.
Somewhere in the second race, the S24 Ultra brightness dropped to be the lowest, the 9 Pro XL was the brightest, and the 15 Pro Max is somewhere in between. The as it never won this test, while the S23 Ultra of last year was always the king. So let's keep going. Shortly after, at the 3 minutes and 30 seconds mark, the iPhone got a big hit on the brightness to be the darkest. The 9 Pro XL is still in the lead, and the S24 Ultra comes second. And when it comes to the performance, all of them are still in a good shape. Moving a bit forward, the S24 Ultra got its second brightness drop somewhere in between the third and the fourth race, which I couldn't spot its timestamp, but here's a screenshot from the previous race menu. Now it's very close to the 15. From what I see, all of them are doing really well when it comes to the performance. The Pixel is still leading the brightness, followed by the iPhone, and the Galaxy comes third. The iPhone. So rest in peace Samsung, and let's continue with the other two. But let's take a quick break to tell you more about the channel's wallpaper.
Hold up.
And the temperature reached 46.8 degrees Celsius. When it comes to the battery,
the Samsung shut down at, what do you say, 46.8? That equals 116 degrees Fahrenheit. So the S24 Ultra with the Samsung Exynos 2400 CPU, not the Snapdragon, overheated, shut down at 116 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I'm going to skip through.
8% dropping.
I'm going to skip through his little ad here.
From 79 to 71. So rest in peace Samsung, and let's continue with the other two. Display and a slightly higher FPS, so the game feels smoother. And now let's fast forward to see if things will change. The iPhone performance kept getting worse over time until it reached the 10th race, and that's when the game started to lag more frequently, as shown in this example. While the Pixel kept the same brightness level since the 7 minutes and 4 seconds mark, which is great, and the gameplay still feels smoother than the iPhone, but not as good as what it was at the beginning of the test. From this point to the 27 minutes mark, nothing changed. But later, the iPhone performance started to get back on track. I assume that's because the graphics of the last two races are not as extensive. Either way, this is a final look at both before ending the video.
So the iPhone got real hot, and what it did was throttle the CPU down. It toned down the CPU in the iPhone to essentially compensate for the heat, because it's just like an engine, right? If you are cranking it out, if you're redlining the engine going to get hot. And to get it to cool it down, you got to ease up off the gas, right? Same thing with this CPU in the iPhone. That's why how you saw it got super choppy. And now he said it did get back on track, but that's probably because the iPhone cooled down, right? It toned down the CPU, and then when the temperatures got down, it ramped it back up. Gameplay was more smooth. Now, I am encouraged. He said the Pixel 9 Pro XL kept the same frame rate, kept the same brightness, while the iPhone dimmed the brightness as well as throttled the CPU. So it's actually pretty encouraging. I'm kind of shocked, honestly. I did not expect this. So if you're getting a Pixel, hopefully, and again, that's part of the reason why I'm going to go ahead and get a Pixel 9 Pro XL to do my own testing, in-house testing, and try to put this CPU talk and or banter and or um, chatter to rest, right? No, we're going to put it to the test. I'm not going to modify or tweak anything to make it look good or to make it look bad. I'm simply going to test the Pixel 9 Pro when we get it in on Thursday against the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, against the Z Flip 6, against the Nothing Phone 2, versus the S24 Plus and the OnePlus 12. And we're going to check stress tests. We're going to do all the benchmarking tests. We're going to do all of them. We're going to check temperatures. Basically what he's doing, but a lot more.
Let's jump to the numbers as both made it till the end. Starting with the temperatures, the 9 Pro XL reached a whopping 48.6 degrees Celsius versus only 44.5 for the 15 Pro Max. When it comes to the battery, the Pixel lost 15% versus only 12 on the iPhone's side. And now let's compare the results. Both the 9 Pro XL and the 15 Pro Max finished the test successfully, while the S24 Ultra closed the picture-in-picture window and gave a thermal warning after 14 minutes and 45 seconds, so it's disqualified. Temperature-wise, the 15 Pro Max was the coolest at 44.5 degrees versus 48.6 for the Pixel and 46.8 for the Galaxy. The iPhone was also the most efficient, consuming only 12% battery, while the Pixel lost 15% and the S24 Ultra lost 8% in 14.75 minutes. So the consumption per minute is 0.5% for the Pixel, 0.4 for the 15 Pro Max, and 0.54 for the S24 Ultra, but there are some important points to consider. The Pixel has a high
God
resolution.
damn it, I've been on
The game
mute
was a
this whole
smoother
time. Son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Okay, real quick. Sorry. I feel like a moron. Your boy Pookie is correct. The only negative thing, I'm an idiot. The only negative thing that you can really take from this is that it gets hot. The Pixel, right? I was saying, if you have a case on your phone, if your phone does get hot, if you do have a Pixel, if any phone does get hot, take the case off. Having a case on your phone is like wearing a jacket, right? It's like putting on a jacket. It insulates the device. You want, when your device is hot, again, I'm not singling out a Pixel, although it does get pretty hot. Whatever phone you have, take the case off. And I was saying, don't stick it in the freezer. Now, I put mine in the fridge if it gets hot, but that's on rare occasions. I don't recommend doing that, but definitely don't put it in the freezer. Now, I don't really see many negatives from this video. Yes, it did get hot, and I guess you can mark that as a negative for the Pixel. However, the iPhone stuttered. The iPhone throttled the CPU. The iPhone got choppy on its playback. The iPhone dimmed the screen, right, to try to reduce the heat internally. The Samsung S24 Ultra, now remember, it's using an Exynos CPU, didn't even finish the freaking test. So the Pixel is actually the last one standing when it comes to this test. So I don't really see how you can talk shit about this. I honestly don't. I think it did pretty good. Yes, it did get hot, and look, it's the first Pixel with a vapor chamber, right? And that's probably the reason why they put it in there, because during testing, when you have these prototypes, they were probably testing it in-house. And look, if it's reaching 119 degrees Fahrenheit with a vapor chamber, imagine this phone with no vapor chamber, right? With no dedicated heat dissipation inside the device. It probably got 120, high 120s, 128, 129. Now that's really hot. 119 is pretty freaking hot. But it did its job, right? So I apologize, I was on mute. Let's finish and see what happened.
most of the time, and the display was brighter throughout the entire test. But the iPhone had the edge in the screen sharing quality as always. That shows how each OS prioritized things, and based on the count, I will call it a draw between the Pixel and the iPhone, while the Galaxy lost it for the second time. And for those who are wondering about how better is the 9 Pro XL when compared to the 8 Pro, I would say it's at least 20 to 30% better. I'm planning to make a separate video comparing both, but most probably after the release of Android 15. So that's pretty much it for today. That was my heavy workload test between the 9 Pro XL, the 15 Pro Max, and the S24 Ultra. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next.
So what the hell does this mean down here? He's got these. Oh, and I was also saying the look up top here. The Pixel up here where it says minus 15 battery drain, it drained 15% during the test. iPhone drained 12%. Don't let that fool you too. Remember, the iPhone scaled down. The iPhone throttled the CPU. So, and it also dimmed the screen, right? So that's not going to draw from the battery as much. If it was full blast or whatever you put on brightness, and if the CPU was at maximum performance, it probably would have been matched the Pixel, or would have been worse. Maybe would have been minus 16, 17, 18%, right? So the battery drain, that's, I mean, it is what it is. Those are the results. But that's why the iPhone did better on the battery. That's because it scaled down the CPU to cool down the phone during the test, right? Now, I don't know why he put screen sharing on here on this bottom. Why is there a red dot? Did I miss that? What does screen sharing have to do with this test anyways? Smooth gameplay, 0 crashes, brightness. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL got a failed with screen sharing and failed at temperature. The iPhone failed at brightness. That's because the CPU scaled down. Occasionally unplayable. if you're playing a graphic intensive game and it's unplayable, that should be a red dot. That means it failed, in my opinion. Because if you're playing a game and you can't play it, or a graphic intensive movie you're watching, I don't know, the Avengers or something, where there's a bunch of colors and just, you know, bunch of fast moving objects on the screen. That's not good. That'll make me not use the phone. I'll tell you that. So that should have been a red dot for the iPhone. And the Samsung, remember, the Samsung's using the Exynos CPU. I really, and that's why I can't wait till Thursday to get ours in. I'm going to test the S24 with my Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 because the Snapdragon runs cooler than the Exynos. The Snapdragon is more powerful than the Exynos 2400 in this S24 Ultra, and the Snapdragon is more efficient than the Exynos 2400 in this S24 Ultra in the video. So again, only really one hit on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and that's in temperature. I don't even remember him saying anything about screen sharing. Maybe I missed it. But it looks good to me. I don't see how you can knock the Pixel minus the hotness. I get it. It got hot, but it continued the gameplay with no stutter. It was on maximum or whatever. Did they do maximum brightness? I believe they did. Or up there, right? 80% or something like that. It was on high brightness. So yeah, it got hot, but you couldn't even finish the test with the S24 Ultra with the Exynos. You couldn't even barely, you would get frustrated as hell if you're playing a game and it got choppy or it got super dim when you're trying to play the game. So I consider that a fail for the iPhone. So the Pixel 9 Pro XL is the clear winner in this test. So anybody knocking this, anybody unfairly criticizing the Pixel is crazy. I just don't think they understand how phones work. Honestly, I was going through the comments earlier today and just laughing at these people online. I don't think a lot of people understand like how phones work. And I'm not saying I know it all because I clearly don't. I'll be the first one to tell you that. But I think I have a little bit of knowledge on how phones work. I used to repair phones for years for a living and sold phones for a living. So I think I do know, I have a little bit of skin in the game. I think I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to this stuff. So anybody unfairly criticizing the Pixel clearly doesn't know what they're talking about. Now, again, you can criticize it for the hotness, for the heat. But again, it did fly through and pass the test with smooth gameplay, maximum brightness, 0 crashes. So there you have it. We get ours in on Thursday. Black Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I'm going to do an unboxing, obviously, and then I'm going to update it. I'm going to make sure all my phones are updated, all the apps, software, Pixel, and everything. And we'll start testing, right? Probably do some live testing on live stream, and then I'll chop those videos up and make them independent videos and then re-upload them as videos. So yeah. So if you are expecting a Pixel in the mail here this week, or unfortunately, if you're getting the Fold or the regular Pro, you're not going to get yours for another month, but subscribe to the channel. So we'll break down everything. So when you do get it in the mail, you know exactly what to expect. And we're going to do case reviews. I've been in contact with a bunch of case companies. They're going to send me all sorts of cases. Believe Rinky, Thinborn, who else reached out? A lot. Cyril, I think. I know I'm missing some, so pardon me because a lot of the case companies are subscribed to the channel, so I do apologize if I didn't name you. Just been doing a ton of things today, so so we'll do case reviews, we'll do screen protectors reviews, installations, We're going to do everything. So we're going to do all the stress tests. We're going to do every benchmarking test there is known to man and put this thing to the test. Ooh, I cannot wait to do the super res zoom. Some of this, I'm very excited for the camera testing. Can't wait to match the Pixel 9 Pro against the OnePlus 12. OnePlus 12 has the best camera. I know I've said this, but I'm going to keep on saying it because it's phenomenal. OnePlus 12, best camera I have in the house, in the studio, in eSIM Studios. So I'm going to compare, and we're not only just going to compare the video and photo quality to the OnePlus 12, we're going to do it across the board. Every single device I have in here. I'm really going to milk this Pixel thing. Again, I just decided this morning, I was like, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and get it because it's just more content for us in the channel. And I can help answer questions or anything that y'all have as well. Let's see. Daniel says, I was reading a lot of people saying iPhone was the winner here since it was cooler. Oh my God. See what I'm talking about? I don't understand how you would want a device to stutter over some heat. Thank you. How would you consider that a winner if you can hardly play back the game? If it's choppy, if you're losing frame rates, if the screen goes dim, if you're not in a dark room at 2 a.m, how the hell are you going to be able to see what's on the screen? So yeah, the Pixel is the clear winner in my mind. But again, it wasn't a fair test for us here in the United States. I know I do have a lot of listeners and watchers in other countries, but here in the U.S., the Samsung has the 8 Gen 3 from Snapdragon. So I'm going to make a similar video, probably not as nice and neat and, I'm going to have everything spread out across my desk, but that's just how I do things. So we're going to do the same test, but with the S24 Ultra with the Snapdragon. I also plan on getting an iPhone 16 Pro. Now, that's in about 3 weeks. Well, I guess technically 4 weeks. The 3 weeks is launch, is the announcement. 4 weeks until you actually physically get the device. So we'll do testing with that 16 Pro and see where the CPUs. I know it's not really a fair comparison with the testing, but who knows? What if Apple comes out with this new iPhone 16 series and it overheats again? Just like the iPhone 15 Pro series did. Overheats. And now, I know they kind of fixed it, but look what they did. All Apple did was tone down the CPU. So they sent an update in this overheating issue to everybody's iPhone, not just the overheaters. Everybody's iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. And what they did was they essentially throttled the CPU under heavy load. That's all they did. There wasn't any special code that was written. There wasn't any, really wasn't that extensive of an update. They simply toned down the CPU under heavy load so it won't overheat. And this is a perfect example, picture perfect example of what Apple did. You saw it get hot. You saw it stutter. And what did the CPU do? It came on down. And we'll have to wait and see if the iPhone 16 suffers from the same experiences as the iPhone 15 Pro series CPU did. So stay tuned to the channel. We got lots of testing here coming up. So only a couple more days. 22nd is just a few more days. So subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you're a phone fan, again, let me make this clear. I guess technically I am hashtag Team Pixel. However, it's weird. They've never sent me like Tech Odyssey said, how he showed if you don't speak highly of the Pixel, we will cease our relationship. I've never received anything like that. And I went through my emails 2 years. We've been Team Pixel for a few years. I went back through my emails. And I was like, damn, did I miss something? They never sent me anything like that. Now, y'all know I'm very honest. If the Pixel is a badass device, I'm going to let you know it's badass. If it falls flat on its face, I'm going to let you know it falls flat on its face. I'm not trying to doctor stuff. I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm just going to present to you what I see, and that's all I can do. So subscribe to the channel, and you can have a seat right next to me, and we can test all these devices and see who's the winner, right? But not every phone is perfect, right? You can have a phone. I have like a top 3 of phones, but each phone in the top 3 still not perfect. There's still something, either one or two, a couple things that I wish it had or didn't have, right? So looks to be pretty good. I don't know what's going on with the heat, but we'll figure it out. And the good thing, I'm in South Texas. So, let me tell you and I'm going to go outside. Here's real quick. Here's one of the tests I'm going to do. I think most people already logged off. Here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to look at the weather. It's supposed to be 106 on, I think, on the 22nd. Let's see. Excessive heat. See that? What day is it? Let's go to the 10-day forecast here. So I'm gonna go outside, and I'm gonna try to. Oh yes! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Tomorrow, 106. Wednesday, 108. Oh shit, 108. Thursday, 104. So what I'm gonna do when I get it, because Friday the next day is 101. Ooh, it actually gets cooler. It's gonna be 101 on Friday and 100 on Saturday. So to take advantage of the super hot heat, I obviously can't. I'm not going to get it Wednesday at 108, but I can test it at 104. So I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to update it, make sure it's on the latest software available. No beta, stable software. On Thursday. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to record this too. So I'm going to go outside right at about 5 p.m. when it's the very hottest time of the day. And I'm going to start recording. I'm going to have a couple cameras. I'm going to record the Pixel and see if I can get it to overheat. And then we'll test the temperatures of the device and really, really put it to the test. So don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maybe not for me because I'm going to be sweating my ass off. But you can watch in nice, cool air conditioning while I sweat my ass off. But it's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. So don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for your time. Please have a wonderful evening. And please be safe, first and foremost. But I want you to enjoy your evening and stay nice and cool because it is hot as hell out here. Quite figuratively and almost literally. Don't forget Pixel 9 Pro. I got that good deal on Amazon. Go to eSIMstudios.app. Go over to the deals section, and I got a lot of good deals there for y'all. Trust me. These are deals that are hand-picked. I see deals all day, every day, and every now and then I'll be like, ooh, that's a really good deal. And I'll add it to the website. So I can promise you I got nothing but good deals on our eSIMstudios.app. So appreciate it, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.